Hi, I'm Deltrice Hart Anderson of D Hart Accounting, where we keep the IRS out of your pocketbooks, wallets, and bank accounts. So if you've received an LT38 letter from the IRS, I have 4 simple steps for you to take. So you might say to yourself, what is an LTR letter? Well, I have one here for you. So you should see here where it says LT38. And LT38 is just the letter number that the IRS has given this particular message that they want to get out to taxpayers in a similar situation. What is that situation? Well, before the pandemic, you owed money to the IRS, right? And during the pandemic, the IRS stopped trying to collect on that money. The LT38 letter just states that now the collection activities are back in force. They were suspended during the pandemic, but now they have resumed trying to collect money for this particular tax year or tax years. So you may get a letter for 1 year. You may get a letter that encompasses several years. So you'll see like on the 3rd page, if you have multiple years that the IRS is trying to collect. That letter will tell you what year or years, the IRS is trying to collect from you, as well as your balances based on the date that they actually sent on the letter. So you'll have a notice date. You should see a notice date right here. Okay, so that notice date will show you that is the balance as of that date. Now, here's the thing. If you call them and notice this was a date of March 14th. So if you received a letter March 14th, today is October 23rd, that balance has increased unless you've paid on it. But my 4 simple steps for you. Step number 1 is just read the letter in its entirety, okay? Read the whole letter front and back. That way you'll know which year or years that the IRS says that you owe money for. Step number 2, determine if you owe the money, okay? Just because you received the letter, just because the IRS says that you owe money, that doesn't necessarily mean that you actually owe the money. So you have to determine that. Step number 4 is to make sure and do all of this before you even reach out to the IRS. Step number 4 is file all unfiled tax returns. So if you have not filed tax returns that you should have filed with the IRS, go ahead and file those tax returns. And step number 4, and it's kind of part 4A and 4B. So 4A is if you can pay the balance that's owed, go ahead and pay them. Pay them, people. Get them out of the way, right? Step 4B, if you cannot afford to pay the IRS for whatever reason, then start formulating a plan to pay them back. Or if you can't afford to pay them some or all of the money that you owe the IRS, then formulate a plan to let them know that you can't pay them and why. Those are my simple steps. If you have any questions, if you need assistance in navigating the LT38 letter or even just talking to the IRS on your behalf, please reach out to us. Give us a shout. Schedule a time to chat at www.callthetaxpro.com. That's www.callthetaxpro.com. Take care.